Stephen King's The Stand. Let's talk about the 1994 miniseries. The end of the world is just the beginning. Or here's this Lifetime movie poster. Originally, the plan was to adapt it into a movie directed by George Romero, but they just couldn't squish it. So Stephen King had liked working with Mick Garris on Sleepwalker, so he was like, hey, want to direct my epic? And Mick Garris was like, you know I'm the Critters 2 guy, right? And Stephen King handed him his 460-page teleplay, and they were off to the races. They assembled a 90s dream team. Gary Sinise, Rob Lowe, Molly Ringwald. Nothing against Molly. I'll share my analysis of Franny later. I will say, you just cast a hot guy as Harold, and then you put fake acne on him. Just said, you know, act like you have acne. This is just a hot guy with like Arthur-style chickenpox. Are we adapting Arthur? Or is this Harold in Stephen King's The Stand? I'll get into it later. I read The Stand for the first time in 2018, and I have thought about it quite a bit over the years. Something I think Stephen King captured so well is this facade of normality. Society is unraveling, but people are in denial about how bad things are. This is exactly how I pictured Larry. I could never decide how Baby Can You Dig Your Man should sound. So when I was reading it, it was just, Baby, can you dig your man? He's a righteous man. Baby, can you dig your man? Both the miniseries and the book end up really being a time capsule of a pre-social media world. The confusion and chaos of Act 1 is largely because people can't communicate. You have Kathy Bates in a great cameo I didn't get a picture of, as heroic radio DJ Ray Flowers desperately trying to get the word out about how bad the flu is, and rumors that the military was involved. But mostly you just have confusion and no one in power offering any useful leadership. Leadership will end up being a big theme. Act 1 of The Stand is genuinely one of the scariest things I've ever read. When people list off scary stuff Stephen King has written, they always talk about It and Pet Sematary. It's the little lines in this as he traces how this flu spreads. There's something like a cop's at a diner and Stephen King writes something like he tipped her and it was a death sentence. Or something kingy like that. And working as a barista in March of 2020, I thought about that line a lot. I don't think this first episode is bad. It has the 90s miniseries sheen. Let me show you Rob Lowe in front of fake corn, for example. But I think it does the best that it could. It just doesn't really capture the terror of a society unraveling. But listen, by the end they were shooting 6-day weeks. They did their best. I feel like this wound up being preamble more than anything, but I'm excited to do a deep dive into The Stand.